My name is Manalisha, and today we have with us Kajal Malik, the co-founder and chief sales officer of PickMyWork. PickMyWork is a gig platform that sources and trains agents to help digital companies acquire clients on a pay-per-task basis. This means that the digital companies acquire customers at a low acquisition cost. So my question is about having clearly defined roles within the founding team. A lot of the business advice that we see today is about having roles that are complementary, skill sets that are complementary. So now at Pick My Work, you look into sales and marketing. Utsav looks into daily operations and business growth, while Vidyarthi looks into technology and product development. So how has it been having co-founders with complementary skill sets, and how has it helped Pick My Work?
So, from the perspective of an outsider, the three of us are MBAs. So, they may not think that the skill sets are complementary. But when you work with people, you realize that how different you are from each other. And during Recalta, of course, when you're a founder, it's very difficult to at that point of time know what role you're going to be working on, because you're almost working on everything when you start a company, right? Somebody is working on the company registered, somebody is working on the finances, somebody is working on running the daily show. It's a mix, and you're kind of doing everything initially in the first 2-3 months, right? Post which you start to realize that I know that I do this well, and this is going to be my responsibility. You reach there. So initially it was difficult for us to figure out a CTO, but we finally found, we were lucky to find a head of engineering who's going to be with us for the 5th year now. So that way we got lucky. 3 MBAs plus a head of engineering who's risen in the organization and has been with us from Recalta days to now Pick My Work. About our own 3 complementary skills. So we realized how different we were right after pitching to a client in Recalta. So we went to college, we pitched. Utsav comes out, he says, wow, what a pitch. It's definitely going to convert. Daddy's like, it may convert, it may not convert. And I was like, no way this is happening. So we realized that we have 3 different people, right? Very different people. And of course, the skill sets were complementary. I come from marketing and sales background. Vidyarthi has led product growth as a consultant to various companies with Deloitte, and Utsav has had a huge operations experience with CK Birla, and him being a doctor also, he's managed those day-to-day stress scenarios. So which only a medical doctor in India would see, right? And that in a government hospital he's done. So when Utsav took up this responsibility, he almost was a natural at it. When I took up marketing and business development for the company, I was a natural at it. And Vidyarthi, of course, being a CEO, he also takes care of investment apart from product. Product also came naturally to him. So I completely agree to the point that the founders in the first few months only are supposed to figure out what they're going to do and what they're going to deliver to the company, and it can't just run on passion. It has to run on clear deliverables that you give initially, because it's impossible to hire people to do everything, right? Initially, A, cash crunch is there, B, if you can't do it, who else is going to do it? So first you have to do it yourself, and then you hire people to do it for you. So we've always had that belief too. So yeah, in 2-3 months only we figured out what our responsibilities are going to be and how complementary we are as founders, right? This does lead to more fights too, but at the end of the day, we know how to sit together and ensure that the company runs.
Right. So would you recommend that initially, of course, while a founder does everything that across functions that needs to be done, would you recommend that while looking for a co-founder, the skill sets have to be different, or do you think that that's not a necessity while it's beneficial? What's your take on that?
A passion for the idea is the must, right? Over a period of time, so the 3 of us knew each other well. So we knew that, I knew that Vidyarthi will not be taking care of marketing and business development. This is something that I have done and I have experience in. So I knew this is going to be a natural role for me. over a period of time in the startup. And Vidyarthi also knew what is going to be a natural role for him. He was, from the day one, he was making the wireframes of the product and trying to talk to the customers and figure out the feedback from the customers on the wireframes, redeveloping it. So we knew that he's going to take up that role. And Utsav, from the time he joined, in the first 15 days only, had taken the role of managing the daily operation. So it sort of, considering we knew each other, we knew where we're going to land up in. So passion, of course, is the foremost, because when things are not going well, what is going to keep you going is passion.
Right.
And of course, clearly defined roles in that way is second for me, because when you are driven by that passion, and considering we knew each other, we knew that we're capable of handling almost everything when we put effort into it, right? There was a time when we could not find a head of engineering, and we started learning coding too. At that point of time, we got lucky and we found somebody. So nothing will replace that. But in a few months, it has to be like this, that you have to have clearly defined roles, because accountability otherwise will never set in the company. So accountability, they say, right, that the major reason why a startup doesn't work out is because co-founders can't gel with each other. And if you don't have clear accountability, it's going to be difficult to gel as well.
Right. That's a great point. Accountability is the bottom line and is the clearly defining factor here. So that's a great point. Thanks for that.